Yeah.
Speaking of hello and welcome to this week's episode of Pit Against a live Flesh and Blood a live Flesh and Blood
Uh,
Colin show. I'm William Table and Legs.
there it
I'm
is.
joined as often as I can be by my constant co-host Kevin Smurph. Kevin, what's up?
Mhm. Chilling.
Chilling.
Waiting for stuff.
What are
Waiting
you
for
waiting?
Kansas City.
Oh, yes, of course. Big events on the horizon. Pit Against is a live Colin show, just like events on the horizon. And if you'd like to be live on air talking to us about your hot take, join the Pit Against Discord by clicking on the link that's in the description. Then join the waiting room channel, put your hot take in the topics text channel, and if we like your take, we'll put you on air for a mic check and put you on air. Yeah. You can also put your take in the topics text channel, in the stream chat, or in the comments for me to bring up if you cannot make it on. We already have a couple of people in the waiting room, which is great. But Kevin, how actually are you doing? You're going to Kansas City?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm just kind of taking things a little bit slow at the moment and just like figuring out where stuff needs to be and getting back
Mm-hmm.
into doing all my armories and stuff. Because I think I've like finished the Prism Primer stuff mostly.
Yeah, all the
Um,
big points at least.
so yeah, so I get to I was skipping a lot of armories and stuff to do that, and I get to go back to playing 4 armories a week.
Heck yeah, that's sick. Four. Holy frick. Um,
I could play 6.
so many. I myself, I
Hmm.
like accidentally took a small hiatus where like a bunch of things kept cropping up, and I would take. I missed this day, missed that day, missed that day. I missed like 4 armories in a row, and I get to go back to my 2 armories, which is gonna be good. I'm excited to get back to them. I can't wait. But uh
Oh,
before
and
we
one of
get
the armories is LL.
one of the armories is gonna be LL. One of
Yeah,
yours or one
it's
of
every
mine?
week. One of mine
Oh, okay. I
is
got
LL every
excited.
week.
But
Oh,
all right,
sorry.
whatever. Frick. Um, because I think my next big thing that I'm working towards is LL, right?
Hmm.
Pro
Because that's the calling at Worlds
Quest.
too, and Pro
Is that
Quests.
right? Wait, I didn't know that was up. Do
Yep.
we have information on the
Yeah.
world? So like I didn't know the page was
From
up.
the keynote.
Oh, okay. Dang, now, man, I really got to frick. I got to lock in. All right, let's see. Before we get into takes, before we get into callers, though we have some lined up and I love them. Spoilers come out.
Yeah.
Is these cards look good? Kevin, any of these stick out to you? You're just like, dang, that one's noteworthy.
Ley line of the old ones.
Oh,
The one where if you whenever you deal damage, you make a seismic surge.
yeah. Oh, it's the instant aura.
Yeah, the legendary instant aura is still very interesting to me. Um, I think that's the only one that like really stood out to me as like this might change like the way the deck functions, and you might have stuff set in place to like get this out early because it's legendary keyworded.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like it's Ring of Roses for Guardian. I don't think it like changes anything, but it's cool.
And Ring of Roses
And I think there's
is Ring of Roses had a bigger impact on Verdance than I think everyone gave it credit for. Because I feel like when it was announced, everyone was like, "It's legendary."
it it did slightly more than I anticipated it would.
Mm-hmm.
It did not do enough by itself. What had
Sure,
to happen was Aurora leaving and Enigma leaving,
but it's still like
and
very
OTK
impactful.
Florian
Does a
leaving.
thing. Yeah, I mean the meta had to shift for Verdance, but
Yeah,
like the cards like actually like, I mean obviously playable, but like good, interesting. When it hits the field, you're like, "Oh frick!" So that card's
yeah,
sick.
it's a real thing, and it's one that like the opponent has no agency over. They can keep it around as long as they want if they keep activating tech plating. And if you start getting like 5 costs for free, that starts getting really scary, or at least 4 costs for free, or for as a 2 card play. 5 costs as a 2 card play like also starts getting really spooky.
Yeah,
Um, because like if that's in a deck with a bunch of like 3 through 5 costs, like your plays can get really efficient. Um,
yeah. Like Spinal Crush is like a
um,
heck of a drug, and to get to play that off of just 2 cards
yeah,
would be insane.
Yes. That and I guess like the other like one that everyone has talked about is the Gravy Bones card, where you discard an attack gets
Oh,
-1.
yes, that card's interesting. Um,
Uh, yeah, that makes it so the attack that's targeting an ally is no longer killing that ally.
Fearless Confrontation. Yeah, that card's sick. It's like ally defense.
Yeah, but it's a hand trap too.
Yes. Would you
Yeah,
play this in Prism Boy?
I've thought about it.
Thought about it. It seems
Yes,
very narrow, even especially even for Prism.
it's
But
it might not be as narrow as you think, just
oh,
because like they swing a hammer at an angel, and you go, no, I
or
keep my angel.
they swing. I'm just gonna pick a card. They swing
Snatch.
Censor, and then you do something that gives a -1, and you do this. Like there are effects in Prism that already give attacks -1.
Mm,
Like
a
helmet, go get -1 and discard that. Maybe it's too
is a
much.
tough nut card. It is a tough nut card. It is a blue 3 block.
The ceiling
You
and the floor is so low.
yes.
I love
It's
Tough
like the floor is like here and the ceiling is like there.
I'm so
It's
excited for
exactly this.
Tough Nut. There's a lot of interesting cards that I think are super interesting if they don't have the word Guardian printed on them. Like Clash of Shields, if this defends a Guardian attack. Clash with the attacking hero. If there's a
Yeah.
winner, put a -1 counter on an offhand if they have. Otherwise, they lose a life. That's kind of cool. The losing a life on a block card for Guardian. That's the kind of shenanigans I love. But it is in CC at least. In LL, it's a tech card. We got Joshua Scott in chat.
Call.
We got Joshua Scott and said, I personally love Call for Backup, which I kind of do too. This card's crazy. Okay. Kevin loves
The card
this
is
card.
super well designed.
This card is super,
super
well
well
designed.
designed.
Okay, so block 2. 3 cost, 7 power. We've seen that before. Generic, majestic attack. When this defends, choose 2 attack action cards. Yeah, red pitch. When this defends for 2, choose 2 attack action cards with different names from your graveyard. An opponent choose one of them. Banish that card. Put the other on the top of your deck. Now, I'm going to tell you why I love this. Is because I only have one commander deck, and it's Sphinx Tribal, and all the cards in it make your opponents choose an amount of cards, put them in piles, and then like pick one. Like there's a bunch of like riddles and like games like that, and like
oh my god,
Faithless Looting. No, not Faithless Looting. What is it? It's Factor Fiction. That's the word I was looking for. Factor Fiction, those kind of effects. And so this is kind of funny where it's like, okay, you get to pick, but do you? And that's why Kevin loves it too.
Yeah, it recycles poppers.
It recycles not itself, but itself.
But whatever they want that isn't itself.
So you have another Call for Backup in your graveyard, and you have a, I don't know, Raging Onslaught in your graveyard, and you're like, okay, Prism, which one do you want on the top of my deck? And
I guess it's the Raging Onslaught.
I love that. Frick. Call for Backup.
That
Actually great. But also,
super cool.
It's super cool because what it does in Gravy, or not Gravy, in Vinset.
Oh, yeah.
It says
you pick 2 Blood Debt or like Runegate cards.
Yeah.
And you're like, which one am I putting in my banish? And which one am I drawing next turn to put in my banish?
Someone said, "Oh, it's on block, draw 2 cards." It's not on block, draw 2 cards. It's on block, draw a card, which is still great.
It is draw 2 and chain.
Oh, that's why they said
because he just soul shackles.
Oh, yeah, the interaction with Earth Heroes. I didn't think about that. Yeah. You can banish an extra Earth card.
And Clash effects. You can layer your triggers for blocking with this and a Clash card. So this resolves
first.
Also Azalea. Azalea could set the top.
Do you layer them or does turn player layer them?
Turn player selects whose triggers go on the stack first. Each player orders their triggers.
Okay. Okay,
So
that
if you
makes
have
sense.
2 on defend triggers,
Okay.
you get to choose which one resolves first. So you can have this one resolve first, put a card on top of your deck, and then have your clash trigger.
That's great, actually.
That's
insane.
nifty.
Call for backup. Just another
interacts with opponent's graveyard. They better give us Herald of Shariah or something, where it's like
Herald
put a yellow card in soul. If you do, draw 2.
Anyways,
It better be. Swear to God.
Herald of Shariah. I don't want that card.
No, no one does.
No one does.
No one does.
Except you. Maybe.
Well, some people do, but
they don't have Flesh
wrong.
and Blood's best interest in mind, in my opinion.
I understand that I don't want that card in the game because it would be banned.
All right.
It just wouldn't be in the game.
Well, do we want to bring in a caller now, or is there any other cards you want to talk about? That card actually is. That's interesting.
That card is really sick. Because also, okay, one other quick interaction is just you block with this and Crown of Providence, and you just cycle into that card.
You cycle into the card.
The card on top.
That's right, because you'll have this, and you put the card from your graveyard on the top of your deck, and then Crown of Providence, sink a card, put that card that you just put on top of your deck in your hand. It's actually kind of sick. It has to be an attack action.
It does have to be an attack action card, so it cannot be...
Yeah,
it can't be any non-attacks for a wizard or something.
There was a Talishar game I had once where I have a legendary picture where I got to resolve CNC 6 times. How high can we go? 18? What do you think?
Yeah, you get to keep adding Leave No Witnesses back to the top of your deck potentially as an assassin.
Oh, it's so good.
Just every time you just present the choice of Leave No Witnesses or CNC, which one do you want?
They resolve 3 codexes. I resolve 3 of these, and I put 3 more CNCs on top. That's 9 CNCs. I think we can keep going. I'm gonna resolve nothing but CNC. All right, let's get into take. We got Clark's take first. I assume that's the one Kevin's getting, or maybe not. Oh no, we had somebody else in the waiting room first, so we're probably doing with that. And if you're wondering what's going on right now, this is a Pit Against, a live Flesh and Blood call-in show where we have callers literally in our Discord, which will be in a link in the description, I'm 90% sure. And you can personally be on show to tell us about your hot takes about Flesh and Blood, like insert take here about Flesh and Blood that I can't think of off the top of my head. But we have a caller here, which you probably can guess because their logo's on screen because I forgot to turn an image off. Caller, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, how's it going? I'm Tommy Fresh. I'm from New Jersey.
Let's go.
I have a podcast called Fresh and Bloods that both these people have been on. These wonderful hosts have been on. What do you mean, these people? No, I am here to say one thing and one thing only, and then hopefully support it. And I think that the hot take is, and I'm hoping I'm wrong, the 5 intellect hero will be too good.
Define too good.
So,
because good
I'm
is
just
good.
Worried.
So what is
good?
Too
Is good. Too good, like as in a problem, right?
Okay.
And right now I have on my screen a picture of Wyatt Goldmane, a Vile Savant, a reviled Guardian Hero, 40 health, 5 intellect. And he has the look of someone that is kind of going to be a problem, I think. Is like, if I'm just going off aesthetics, then you kind of start reading the text. You start reading the text. Okay, 5 intellect. That's scary. We've never had 5 intellect. That's a lot of cards.
It is a lot of cards.
We try our hardest to draw cards in this game.
I've played Library.
Kevin does nothing but draw cards in this game.
Yeah. When Library's kicking, does that not feel like you're playing the best deck in the game?
Oh, it is the best deck in the game. There's no doubt.
We had
like
we have another show called No Blocks where we sometimes block and we sometimes don't block. That I do with Wyatt on Saturdays, and I played Prism, and there was 2 turns in a single game where it had a 7-card hand.
That's insane.
Gross.
This is insane. So I'm not even really looking at like the spoilers or like even existing card pool for like Guardian, right? When I look at live Goldman and I see that 5 intellect, I think this could have been almost any class, and I would have had the same kind of hesitancy. Now, what does live Goldman say in their text box? The base attack and defense of cards you control are halved, rounded up. 5 becomes 3. Instant, pay 2 resources and tap. The crowd boos you. Defending action cards you control get +1 this turn. And whenever the crowd boos you, create a might token. Now, you're probably thinking, Tommy, there's so much downside.
There's so much downside.
This is not what Guardian wants to do.
This is not what Guardian wants to do. Go ahead.
Yeah, you are saying that. You know? You're looking at this, and I'm going, yes, Guardian doesn't want to do this, but maybe Goliath doesn't care about being a Guardian. Right?
He's
now
reviled
let's go to
for a
the
reason.
lore. He is reviled. Now let's go a little bit to the lore. Now, some would argue that Jarl is a reviled kind of nasty character, but most of these Guardians are forces for good, right? Kind of like defending and being like whatever. I mean, sure, some of the art is brutal, but they are mostly putting out good vibes, I think, and trying to do the right thing. Lyeth is a vile savant. He's a rotten, no good character. So he's not going to play like other Guardians. He should have been called the underhanded cheat, but I understand for the sake of pun on KO, it makes sense. But I think that Lyeth is going to say, I don't care that my cards block less or that I have to make my cards block more by giving up a card. I'm just going to go super wide, right? We've seen it with other heroes in the past where just like, oh, here's a bunch of attacks. And then also on the flip side of that, Lyeth has the ability to like say, all right, I just went super wide. Now I can actually take a turn to like block like crazy in theory. So I'm just interested to see how this reviled like card pool works out, because I mean, I said I wasn't going to look at the spoilers, but like some of these spoilers are already pretty good.
Yeah.
Right. Bully tactics. I mean, it's got Lyeth on the art looking extremely weird.
Yeah.
And you know, that even just that card, you're just like, okay, that seems insane. That first of all, that Guardian's going to be able to intimidate. And
that's funny.
It is funny. I mean, it makes sense. Intimidate should be an evergreen mechanic. Every hero should do it. All right, now I've gone too far.
You're thinking, you're just like, okay, LSS, what can I say and do to get Riptide a specialization where it's like a trap that on trigger intimidate or something. Okay.
2 for 7. It has an aim counter when this attacks intimidate.
Oh.
2 for 6 plus 1 intimidate.
2 for 6.
There we go.
If
2
it has
for
aim
6,
counter, gets
if
plus 1 intimidate.
Plus 1 intimidate.
Yeah.
There you go. These cards write themselves.
Great. Awesome. I love it. Also, while I'm at it, LSS, give us something that puts aim counters on cards that I'm blocking with and give me block bonuses. Does that make sense? We could probably
that's next Riptide. Next Riptide says, you know, do a thing, put an aim counter on a trap. If your trap has an aim counter, this thing happens.
When a trap triggers, deal 1. If it has an aim counter, deal 2.
Yeah. Deal 4.
Oh my god. Okay, now here's a question. we're totally off base here.
So far.
If I'm shooting arrows without aim counters, am I just like blindly spraying these things out?
They're hitting, which is the funny part. They either have to block or they're hitting.
Yeah.
They're always on their mark, aim or not.
Yeah. All right.
See, why do I even
Aim
need the aim
counters
counter?
on traps? Ew. I love that.
You don't want to track that, Josh? What do you mean? It'll
Oh,
be like
gosh.
stickers.
Oh
Josh,
no!
just listen
Like,
to me.
I think no. One thing I think, okay, I have a couple of things I wanted to mention. The first one is like when I look at a new card game, if there is counters you have to track on permanents,
Okay.
I already am like turning my nose up to the game.
I'm gonna try
Wait
and
a
bring us
second.
back to 5
William.
intellect.
What?
Wait, William.
What?
William. The most iconic card in this game is Final
CNC.
Spring Tunic.
Oh.
We have to
Okay,
keep track
let's-
of-
I rest my case.
Okay.
Let's. Too
Live
far.
Goldmane. Too many
Yeah.
intellects, I would say.
Yes.
One too many.
One too many.
Let's bring it down to I mean, I don't want to be right. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to be right
That it's too good.
5 cards is way too much.
I will say the downside that he has is I have another short funny tangent with it, which is I played a combo Briar Blitz deck that involved drawing my entire deck, where you would activate Amulet of Earth, you play that Force of Nature.
Force of Nature.
Everything gets +1, and if you this was when Stubbies was legal, and you would just
Jesus.
yeah, and you would just basically, if you could get them to run out of cards in their hand but still hit an attack, you would draw your entire deck because every card would have go again, and you just keep hitting and keep drawing and keep hitting and keep drawing. It never worked, but I brought it to an event where I attacked with a blue Brandish, and our buddy Bird had previously on the turn before hit me with a fatigue shot, and it reduced its power from 1 to 1. We had to call a judge over. It was great.
Yeah.
So I think there might be something here about Go Wide Goliath, but I feel like it's probably just going to be buffs.
This downside is pretty substantial because it's anywhere from like what is it, 40 to 50% stat decrease on your cards.
Yeah.
On the cards that you are attacking with and blocking with. So like I completely agree that this hero does not play like any other Guardian, and I'm a little surprised that he is a Guardian in the same way that I'm kind of surprised that Pleiades is a Guardian and not a Guard. But it's funny that they put this out at the same time as Guardian Mastery Pack, or within a month of Guardian Mastery Pack, when it is just so fundamentally far from being a Guardian, because 3 block is just like the staple of Guardian and why it sets the floor for like all numbers. Like, I think that downside is pretty real, because sure, you have, by the math that Josh Scott is giving us, 25% more cards in your hand. If they're 40% less effective, we need some new cards. We need a new way to play this hero.
Listen, I got two words for you. Razor Reflex. This is the Razor Reflex deck that we've been waiting for. Right? Mocking Blow.
Yeah?
Get booed. Right? Mocking
Yeah.
Blow. You're coming in for 5.
Holy freak, he's cooking.
And opponent's like, well, what are they going to do? I'll just take 5. Nope, you're taking 8, right? It's got go again. It's just
Again.
It's got go again. What am I going to do next? Another Mocking Blow. No, I'm not. Actually, yes, I am. I already got booed this turn.
Wait, can he pop allies?
Does he-
Or can he pop Phantasm? Allies. Can he pop Phantasm?
Who? Live?
Wyatt?
He's not triggering Phantasm with anything except heckin' Pulverize.
Oh, wow. Okay, I take it back.
+1 on the Razor Reflex take. Big brain. I love it. It's spicy. And honestly, this is so early. We have no idea what his deck looks like.
You can
+1. It's actually +3, just so you know.
Yeah.
No.
I will say,
Josh
Razor
clearly
Reflex on
talking about the
something like-
Blues. We've been talking about the Blues. Josh is talking about the Blues.
Sure.
He's running
That makes
blue
sense.
Razor
Where you
Reflex.
can turn his hero text off. There is my issue. So I believe that's referring to Liar's Charm. where you can target hero. One of the modes on it
gosh.
as an instant, 0 cost. Target hero loses and can't gain abilities this action phase unless they discard a card. You can target yourself with this and turn off the text. My problem with this is you get to do that 3 turns out of the game so far, and the rest, if you build your deck for those 3 turns, the rest of the game it sucks.
Yes.
So I don't think that's the way the deck is going to go. I think there might be some times in limited where that's the line you take because you don't really have a choice as much in limited. I think the limited decks and the constructed decks will look very different for Lyeth. But honestly, Razor Reflex sounds pretty interesting.
So I think I'm going to go back to the core of what Tommy's trying to say, which is
Nothing good.
in a weird sense, it kind of doesn't matter what cards you name. It's 5 intellect on a hero. This is going to have to be watched closely. Like this could go degenerate super fast.
It's possible.
Yeah.
I don't think they did it, and like I think they would have tested. They had to have tested this like ad nauseum, right?
Sure.
But my only worry is that it's only X amount of brains in that office, right?
Yeah. No,
they might not be testing Blue Razor Reflex.
They're not playing Blue Razor Reflex like me.
They can't test for everything, and it's possible that they missed some busted deck somewhere, and 5 intellect is probably the fastest way for something, the easiest way, I should say, for a deck to be broken.
Yeah.
Library.
It's crazy. Yeah, library.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think I also think
another point.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
These cards still pitch for the same amount, right?
They do.
The pitch value is not reduced by this.
Correct.
Yes.
That is a good point.
So, listen, if I have a way,
if all your cards
to pitch,
reduce their pitch by half rounded up, would be funny.
15
That would be bad. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm interrupting.
Let's make yellows worse. I can pitch 15 resources from this hand. In theory.
You can?
Fire breathing.
Yeah,
Fire
people
breathing.
have talked about fire breathing.
Clark?
Fire breathing. And guess what? That's 2 costs. Pummel.
It's
Throw that in there. You can
still
make it
below
blue
rate.
pummel. I don't care.
Still way below rate.
No.
Pummel.
I don't know what's rate.
This could be a great pummel.
Anyway, well, that's my hot take. I got my eye on
Yeah.
I think it's a valid point that everyone's going to be keeping their eye on, right?
Yep.
I think the biggest thing here is that this is a deck brewer's dream, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's this weird restriction, but I also get extra cards. Holy smokes. I'm going to try to do something with this. That's
9
too powerful
pummels.
to ignore.
Yeah.
9 fire
there's-
breathing. Print fire breathing in blue.
I don't know that this would ever happen. What if they made him a weapon that said, if you have pummeled this, it gets on hit discard? Unlike every other weapon you would pummel.
No shot, right?
There's no shot.
Right?
I mean,
Right?
that'd be some reviled shit right there.
That was one thing actually
Well,
I was
listen.
expecting.
I'm saying.
What I was expecting out of Reviled was probably more disruption than I've seen. What I feel like we've actually seen from Reviled is like pseudo cheating, like breaking rules fundamentals of the game in weird ways, and that's actually not what I expected when I saw Reviled. I was like, oh, it's going to be these are 2 classes that are known for having big attacks with sometimes on hits that can get around, have their own form of evasion and hit people. And I was expecting it to be like, oh, okay, this is going to be on hit brute and on hit guardian, and that sounded super cool. But no, this is like blue Guardian blue, and I'm thinking blue like Magic, where it's just like my color identity is I cheat. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
this
it
is the
is
vibe.
cool. It is
I
cool.
love it.
Yeah, it's called Liar's Charm, and they are stealing tokens.
It's
So
so sick, actually. I think I made, what was it? I forgot where I said this. Did I say this? I forgot who I said it to or what I said it to, but I asked a question to somebody about can I boo people if they're playing as a reviled hero?
Oh,
And
in person. You posted that on social media.
did I post that on
or
social
like,
media?
Bluesky or
That's it.
something.
I knew I posted it somewhere. And I feel like I'm 100% going to ask people before every game, can I boo you? Like, are you going to be emotionally okay if I like, root against you the whole time?
I assume I'm allowed to cheer for you.
Imagine if CYB was legal.
Yeah, no, like this is a reason why CYB would get banned. For sure. If CYB hadn't been banned
You're
yet,
not reducing the life gain.
5 intellect is a reason to do that.
There is other forms of life gain in Flesh and Blood.
There are. There sure are.
There could be a weird Wyatt deck that just is, I don't know how common toughness tokens could be, but like toughness token and life gain, there could be a deck like that.
That's not enough. Like the toughness token just undoes his thing, and he doesn't have a great way to make them so far.
Not yet. That's what I mean. Like if more shows up. So
yeah.
No, this is a good discussion. This is something everyone's going to be keeping their eye on, and I love this. It's like how everyone wanted. I mean, everyone references this, but everyone wanted Data Doll to be good, and she got good. And it you know when you mess with a core fundamental that's also such like a basic building block of the game, like you can warp it crazy when you're messing with intellect. So love that.
I agree. Also, get your coal-foiled talismans of recompense now.
Which one's that one? There's so many
the
talismans.
Tough Nut tech.
Which one's that one?
That's the one. Whenever you pitch a card, if you would gain exactly 1 resource, instead destroy it and gain 3.
Gain 3.
Oh.
And then rock them, sock them.
Oh, it's like an item that is like the T-shirt. What's that T-shirt? Blue shirt. Everfest. No. Tales of Aria.
T-shirt. Oh, Deep Blue.
Deep Blue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a
Deep
little
Blue.
bit.
It's Deep Blue item. That's kind of cool.
I played against a Tough Nut that was playing those, and
that sounds good.
Like I kept getting smashed by that rock. It was crazy.
No way to prevent it. It's gonna happen, and it can't be prevented.
Clark's in the waiting room. You guys gotta.
Oh yeah, thank you so much for the call. Is there anything you want to shout out?
Listen to Fresh and Buds.
Yeah.
And follow Josh Scott on Bluesky.
Genuinely, actually. Follow Josh Scott on Bluesky. Also,
right.
I want to thank Tommy for having me on his podcast. Not the most recent one that just came out with Max Ferocity, but the one before that with DM Armada, where I was shouted out like 3 times, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so flustered right now. I'm at work, and I'm like,
are the... Well, we had a whole conversation, me and DM Armada, before that started.
Oh my gosh.
And I think we've mentioned it about 20 times. Nothing good that time, but...
Okay, good. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I was so concerned. It can't. It'll all go to my head otherwise. Thank you so much for coming on. Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, that was. I love having him on. +1 for Fresh and Buds and Tommy. Well, yeah, absolutely. Blue Razor Reflex. So.
Blue Razor Reflex that shit.
And go again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to just jump into whatever Clark has to say? Yeah, let's go ahead. We got another caller. We're going to bring him right in. Kevin's gone to go do that. You can look at that tortoise shell right there. It's not quite a blue shell. All right, but yeah, if you want to be on here talking to us next week, you can just do that. You can just call in. 8 o'clock Eastern Time, U.S., Thursdays. Pit Against. get to have conversations like this. I have actually a bunch of things that I wanted to talk to Kevin about, and if I get to spend this whole week talking about y'all's hot takes, then I get to talk about this next week, and it's great. I'm going to postpone it a little bit. Shout out to everyone in chat who's been chatting. There's been a bunch of people talking, and I love hearing from them. Jinkwai, imagine if CYB was legal. Yes, exactly. And so, shout out to you for chatting. I think that was the first one you sent today, and I didn't get to thank you for that. I appreciate it. Matthew Atwood sent a couple of messages. Oh yeah. Thank y'all so much for being on. Unrelated, I'm excited for Worlds. I know it's not coming up, but we're starting to do plans for Worlds, and I am excited for that. Almost as excited as I am for our next caller. Caller, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, it's Clark Moore, and I'm calling from Long Beach, Cypress, California. Formerly from Long Beach, California.
Heck yes. All right, and what would you like to talk about on the show?
Well, I have 2 takes, and I kind of want to leave it up to you guys.
Okay.
About if you want to just do one, if you want to do both.
Well, Kevin, as our resident Kevin, what do you think? Where do you want to start? Where do you want to start?
That second one that you posted.
Yeah.
The second one,
Sure.
spicy. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, everyone bring up the heat shields. Gravy design proves that LSS fundamentally misunderstands how to evaluate allies in the game.
Oh, he said it. I almost
They're
fell
bad
out of
at
my chair.
it. They don't get it.
Holy frick. Okay.
LSS can't design their own game.
Elaborate. Tell me about it.
Yeah. So I don't actually think this, right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's roll it back a little bit with some nuance.
No. We already know. We already know what the title for this episode is. So like,
yeah. Clark Moore from Pitch It To Me podcast says LSS can't design their own game. not the actual opinion.
This is like the moment at the end of one of those Iron Mans where they're just like, yes, we think the concept of Iron Man is a fundamental good, but not with Tony Stark in it, and everyone's just like, oh. Yeah. Allies are cool in Flesh and Blood, but maybe not when LSS designs them. So we're gonna have Reddit design allies now, right?
Yeah, the Reddit ally design.
Yeah.
It has a 0 power, 1 defense, and if you look at it funny, it dies.
You know what? I like that one.
If your opponent gets booed, IRL or in game, it dies.
It costs 3.
Yeah. Just point and say shame, and then all the allies get
costs
destroyed.
4. All right, go ahead. Elaborate on that. Yeah.
I really kind of want to look at the math, and I want to return to the episode that Kevin did when he came onto our podcast, where we got to talk about the different ways that LSS designs different allies and different board state things.
You're coming on to tell him that everything he said was just absolutely wrong, and I love that.
No, there was one specific. It was actually a good episode because it was more informative.
Oh, it was great. I loved it.
Yeah, but one of the points that I think I had brought up, or someone else had brought up during that section, was that a lot of the times LSS designs their allies around single turn cycle value. And that means any turn cycle it exists beyond that point breaks the game.
Yes.
And I think Gravy really, really proves that. Because with Spectra, you could always sort of argue of like, well, no, not actually. And with the War, you could be like, okay, well, not actually, right? You could always end up getting less than the amount of value because the Phantasm pop. Or because that little Kodachi for 1 came in and destroyed your Ward 8. Whatever the situation may be. But that doesn't exist for Gravy. I really looked at Rigor Mortis as sort of the like baseline card, the base common. It's
I think a lot of people
in every single Gravy list.
Yeah.
It is a 2-card 7 at yellow. 2-card 7 non-block at yellow. That is only playable if you can get it into graveyard and play a blue before it. That's 2 hoops to jump through, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what lets it be a little overstated, because the closest card we have to a 2-card 7 is, I had looked it up
Raging
earlier,
Onslaught.
Smack with Big Tree.
Oh.
Yeah, no, Smash with Big Tree is a 2 for 7 at red with non-block.
Oh,
That's
true.
actually pretty close to
Oh yeah, actually,
what
wait,
Rigor ends up
that lines
being.
up perfectly. Yeah.
Yeah, fairly, right? And again, where do we get 7 value? We get 7 value from 6 power and 1 health.
Mhm.
But that's still if you can only manage to clear Gravy or clear the Rigor Mortis as cleanly as conceivably possible.
There's also the downside of you have to discard if you want to do it that way. You have to just find a way to get rid of a blue card that turn as well. So like there's even more hoops you got to jump through too.
Yeah, and that's sort of what lets it be a yellow at that rate, right?
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you don't immediately clear Rigor Mortis, they have a 1 for 6 in hand for the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where all the math breaks again, because it survived beyond the 1 turn cycle. I don't know.
It's like creating a weapon that's 1 cost 6 power.
An extremely efficient weapon.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. And how many heroes actually have a 0 for 1 that they can run efficiently in their lists that can kill Rigor Mortis?
Probably
Correct.
a quarter
Ninja,
to a
right?
third.
Just Ninja?
Correct.
Maybe Pirates with Blue Tipple?
Assassin.
Blue Saltwater Swallow?
It's like reasonably efficient for
Assassin?
pirates, and it's not great for assassin, but Calicera also is pretty good at it.
Oh, Callistra's so good.
Yeah.
Or it can be.
All of those classes can clear it efficiently, and everyone else has to be inefficient, which means that they are losing value on their numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
Rigor Mortis isn't actually a 2 for 7 at yellow. It's a 2 for 8
Yes.
or 9 or whatever other power you had to put into killing that card. And it just explodes in value once that starts happening. And the fact that there isn't a Phantasm, that there isn't a Spectra, that there isn't some way of gating it, then I think you can't undershoot that value at all. Its floor for value is locked.
Mm-hmm.
And the ceiling is, and we talked about this, theoretically infinite. All of these illusionist allies are theoretically infinite in the value that they can generate.
Yes.
Having a free 1 for 6 in hand, do you know what the things I would do for Leviathan to get that?
Oh, yeah.
Anything. Anything.
So I do want to. So I have some points before. I know Kevin probably has some responses to this, but before Kevin gets like deep in it, one really quick shout out to Gordon, who's just on stream. Thank you, Gordon. Your presence is always appreciated. My wife is right here to the side. She was freaking out the entire time. So shout out to Gordon the cat. Join us for our live stream if you want to see Gordon in person. If you want to see Kevin in person, go to Worlds. Kansas City. The other point I had to say was, what was the name of that brew card again? I already forgot it.
Smash with Big Tree.
Smash with Big Tree is playable in CC and which decks?
Exactly.
Yeah. And so that was my point. Is like it's not playable in CC. So if the card sits around for only a turn cycle, card's not good.
No, I'd still argue it's good.
It's like fine. Like okay, let's say worst case scenario, it just gets popped for a very efficient rate with go again on the next turn, and it doesn't interrupt their turn too much.
And in that instance, you got 2 for 7 value off of a yellow.
Yeah, that's fine. That's not winning. It's very fine.
No. Yeah, very, very fine.
And so I guess what I wanted to extrapolate out of what you said was I feel like allies on their card say hit me or are trying to say hit me louder than everyone wants to read it. Because so many people just like see that and they're just like, yeah, but like, what if it don't hit it? What if like I can get away with not hitting it, right? Like or like Spectra auras, Kevin. How many people watch a Spectra aura sit? How many people watch Genesis sit on the field for the entire game and wonder why they lost?
A lot less than there used to be.
True.
Yeah, I mean, there certainly is a thing of like learn to block Katsu, right?
Oh yeah.
Everyone has to go through that process,
block
and everyone has to go
Syndra.
through the process of
Yeah.
kill the allies.
Mm-hmm.
I would say one thing that Gravy can do very differently
Mm-hmm.
is that he has so many good action points. So many good attacks with Go Again, guys.
Oh, true.
So many.
True.
Like the tipples just work so well to the point where they're running 9 of them.
Yep.
The saltwater
I
swells
love saltwater spell.
Mhm.
are so good.
Mm-hmm.
Free draw card. I mean, you have to pitch it, but like, yeah, I'll take again.
Oh, that's
The
great.
things I would do
That's
on
great,
Papaya
Oh yeah,
to
yeah,
get
yeah.
a free blue in my pitch zone.
When I saw that
It's
card and
little.
saw it was written pirate, I was like, wow, I am so. I've never been so jealous of another class in my life. Like saltwater swell, I thought it was a misprint. I was so confused when I saw it for the first time. I was like, there's no way they print this card. It's
And then also
it's super cool.
And then Swiftwater Sloop. CNC, right? Command Conqueror of the High Seas. Like
That card's crazy.
they have so many good ways of presenting. They can easily get up to 20 damage in a turn with allies that happen to sit on the board for 1 extra turn.
Mm-hmm.
And some decks that are seen as aggressive monsters have to really jump through some hoops. I'm very happy if I get a 4-card Blood Rush Bellow that deals 20 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
18 is my typical floor
Yeah.
Yeah.
on my big, massive power turn. And they
Mhm.
can sometimes just crank out 20 damage turns, turn after turn, because they're just churning through so much of their deck with so much Go Again.
I think it's
say-
hard for them to do that every turn, but the gravy decks have gotten very good at converting 4 and 5 card hands. And of course, the card selection and filtering they have, plus gold generation they have, is very good at that. The gold generation also comes from Hook, which the downside of which is heavily mitigated by the fact that if you full block it out, you leave all the allies up. And if they're
Yes.
hooking, they probably won't lose Hook anyways, which means their gold engine is kind of not free, but is trivial to get going, which then enables all these plays like even more, like especially Swiftwater Sloop when you have a gold is just like, it's literally just throttle, you don't have to boost.
Yeah.
And throttle's an insane card.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to push back a little. Like overall, the entire gravy deck, especially as we're seeing it now, like 2 months after release, is very good. It's very powerful. But I think I'm going to push back a little bit on they don't know how to design allies. Because we've seen a number of games where gravies just die with allies on the board still. Because they don't convert the way Draw My Allies did.
I will say when I see a
Whaler.
when I see Whaler hit the field, that's when I stop hitting allies. I'm going face at this point.
You see, it was funny because you had it right the first time and then you kept trying.
I thought, well, like I was like, no way, that's its like actual name, right? Like, what
Yeah,
mother
Humperdinck.
gives a child that name? And then like, no, wait, yeah,
James White.
Mama James, Mama White. I
think
Go
this
ahead,
as a
yeah.
board state deck is the deck where you can actually ignore the board state the most.
Yes.
And it's still not where it should be. I think if half the allies were toned down 1 point on either side, and not even all of them, just like half of them, I think the deck would be in a much healthier place for the game, especially in terms of that choice of do I hit the allies or not? You're much better off. The difference between 5 and 6 doesn't seem like a lot if we're talking about rigor mortis, but it is. That's going to matter if you leave it up for a turn.
also
'Cause,
0
like,
and
one card
1
5
is
is-
very different.
Yes, 0 and 1
His
is also very different.
If his health
Yeah.
was 0, then
Well-
what kind of card is it? Okay, go ahead. I'm just messing.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Yes. But like if Chum is 5 health, if Anka only swings for 4, if Sawbones has 1 health instead of 2,
Oh,
if
that is
Sawbones
very
swings
different.
for 5 instead of 6.
Mhm.
Like,
Honestly,
all these
I would
things
say a
play into
lot
it.
of the math I would like to see is power down. Because at
I'm-
the end of the day, a lot of decks are going to have to overreach power-wise already. And so
Yeah, true.
reducing their health is not going to make enough of a mathematical difference for the value generated by the ally.
I would generally agree because that only affects them. You're right that it probably only affects the matchups where they're already unfavored, or they're already at somewhat of a detriment. I'll say because those decks can already efficiently clear them, and because they have access to Kodachis or Kunai or whatever.
I think I will say
But
I'm just because I'm thinking about the way you worded, if some of these cards were down 1 point in one direction, I think the single point that I think is the strongest single point of either health or attack on one of these allies is Humperdinger's 7th health.
7 to 6.
Yeah.
That one's
I think that is
huge.
one point where health would matter a ton.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's also really important for a lot of decks to have a 7 power popper against Prism right now.
Sure.
So there's at least a little bit more of a meta reason to need the additional one.
I think the difference between C and C, Rachel screamed. I think the difference between C and C clearing them and not is like the main point.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Gordon's such a sweetie. Oh my gosh.
He's a big baby.
He's
just
distracting the
loving life up
show. No, I think that's a good point. Which actually leads me to an interesting question, which is because of the way you've worded this, and then also the way Kevin worded something where Kevin said Gravy wouldn't be as big of a problem. Is Gravy a problem? How bad is Gravy for this meta right now? A bit? Kevin says a bit.
He's Enigma light.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's never going to be as bad as Enigma was because players have some sort of agency and some sort of counterplay into the deck that isn't just present number bigger than I can block or you lose. Like there are actual choices to make. I think Gravy is actually a 34 to 36 health hero because it's not unlikely you just kill him with 2 allies in hand as well. Like,
yeah, Gravy does notably
allies,
have very, very poor 1-card, 2-card hands.
Yes.
Allies in hand are like the biggest cause of death in Gravies across the country, across the world.
Yes. Yeah. So like, I don't think he's very far from like Enigma's power level. And like, I think he would actually have a big problem playing against Enigma. Because his first.
Oh, we gotta pause for Kevin. We also do see in the background, if anyone's been watching, out Kevin's window has been flashes of lightning all evening. I hope that's not related to Kevin just pausing. What was he saying? I already forgot.
Yeah, there's been a lot of storming going on there. Oh wait, no, I'm a bad person on to have at this moment because I was thinking of my response.
Okay, what's your response? Give me your retort.
I have that bad habit. I think the retort is, yeah, Gravy has to keep these nice big 4-card, 5-card hands to really be doing things. So the question is like, can you make Gravy block? But Gravy never has to block because Gravy can challenge damage with the best aggro decks.
Yes.
And so if you get into a damage race, I think Gravy can still win that against a lot of decks.
Sorry, okay. You'll have to say that last sentence one more time. I was sitting.
It looks like he's loading back in.
Maybe. Okay, so what Kevin put in Discord was lightning just hit close enough to set off car alarms and reset my internet. LOL. Kevin will be back after this short break. Break from him, that is. Sorry, you were saying Gravy and aggro decks.
Yeah, so I was saying in this theoretical just race him matchup, just deal more damage forehead.
Mm-hmm.
I think he still outraces just about every other do numbers deck.
Okay. Whoa, there's Kevin.
From the phone.
Holy cow, on the phone. Whoa, there it is again.
Dynamic.
Dude, lightning has been flashing behind you this entire time.
Oh yeah, y'all can see the storm in the window.
Yeah. So what I will say is that
do you want to throw it back to Kevin?
Yeah, we were talking about aggro racing Gravy and his allies. Like, if you just sort of like, I don't care what allies you play, from turn 0, I'm just going to hit you in the face.
I mean, like Gravy's going to be able to have pretty efficient hands if he can find like a couple allies early, which like he has enough plus Call to the Grave to get like a board where if he finds one action point in a turn, he's going to get a 2-card 12. It's going to convert from like 1-card 6s. Like he's going to have efficient hands. The problem is if he wants it to play his hands for maximum efficiency, then he can't block you anyways. And eventually he would just develop enough allies that like he can't efficiently swing all of them. It wouldn't be efficient to develop all of his allies. The problem is if he finds one action point, he's probably presenting 18 plus damage
Also,
Yeah,
on the turn.
which again is crazy.
yeah, and
Yeah.
and more reason to why you probably can't just do that is some of those allies provide effects that supersede action points, right? Like gain a life
Mostly
off of
Sawbones and
chowder,
Arco.
sawbones reducing damage, and then also just like the fact that it's an onboard weapon means you are not committing a card. You're committing a card like let's say Rigor Mortis is a 1-card 6. You pitch a card, you attack for 6. That leaves 3 cards in your hand. In theory, I mean it's Gravy. He's got allies. That's just 9 block you get in your hand, and then the other card, the value is pretty high. So
Which even some of those turns are going to be like 0-card plays because you go activate Gravy, discard an ally, dead threads, swing Morty, arsenal, whatever blue you have as an enabler for like the next turn. So like you can't necessarily flat out race a Gravy Bones and ignore all allies, but like to some degree you'll probably have to if you're like trying to some degree you can, and there are game states where you are supposed to ignore allies. And I think the best example of that is the mirror match quarterfinals from Singapore between Enki and Hamilton, where Hamilton lost the game with 3 allies on board.
yeah,
It was like Swabby, Morty, and Sawbones
the
were all on board.
The game
And
was demoralizing for me. I stayed up. I stayed up to watch the top 8 with Michael Hamilton in it.
yeah,
And then that was some of
you
the
immediately
most, it was some of the most egregious like plays out of Gravy. Like it was so what he did to Michael Hamilton was insane. Some of those turns, like the deck,
And
just
then what
kinda,
Michael Hamilton did to pull back, right?
yeah, like
Yeah.
it felt like the game was like fully lost, like after like turn 2 or 3, and then Michael Hamilton held on, but it wasn't enough, and I was like, frick.
I think that entire game came down to whether or not the saltwater swell hit on those final 2 turns.
Yeah.
Because you really
was
see
some,
Michael
like,
Hamilton like go into the tank and go, if saltwater swell hits here, I win the game. He goes for it,
so
and he
crazy.
doesn't hit, loses. Enki has a very, very similar tank moment where he goes, if saltwater swell hits here, I win the game. And then he hits and wins the game.
But Kevin brings up a good point where he's just like, he had allies on the board when he died. Allies on the board, in this sense, with Gravy, and allies in your hand can be such more of a liability than like Prism's allies. They all have ward.
Yeah.
Enigma's quote unquote allies are just ward.
Yeah.
So like you have to claw through this armor that they've accrued in order to get to their life total. And it's very different. I
still kind of want to ask the question though of, do you agree or disagree sort of with that core premise of LSS has been designing their board state based heroes around single turn cycles of value, and they shouldn't. They should be evaluating it around multiple turn cycles worth of value.
I also want to answer this question.
I don't think they have. And the reason I say that is because they have limited. You say that like Gravy has like
great access to action points. And I'm gonna disagree. To an extent. I think they have like significantly pushed the envelope on like Gravy Bones is limited by his ability to generate action points for his allies. And I think that's like really shown out in like limited, where it's like Chowder just getting to stick around and gain you 1 life every turn is still worth a lot. And then Sawbones, like the amount of time Sawbones gets used to just prevent 1 and just pass and not attack with it is also super relevant. It's only 1 point of value instead of 6 that they're getting on a decent number of those extra turns. So I don't know if they've completely hit the mark, just because some of the numbers I think are still a little pushed, but I think they are significantly closer than they were before on Enigma, where yes, they had missed because it is 1 turn cycle. They play it as they test it as 1 turn cycle math, and then Mirror Guy is just like, no, that's funny. You just protect me and you win the game.
Yes.
But like, I think they've taken another step in the right direction where they're trying to make it work, and I see where they're going with it. And I think if they take another half step in this direction, I think it'll work.
So,
and I definitely agree with that endpoint, but I'll let you respond to the question.
So my answer was actually the opposite. No, you're good. My answer was actually the opposite. Like what I expected and what I thought I would want to do with allies, not that I'm a game designer, is design them around a single turn cycle, that they only exist for a single turn cycle, and that if they go up in value, they go up in value because they had to waste extra value to clear it. And I think that's fine. I think that's interesting in the same way Phantasm can be interesting, where some heroes get around it pretty easily, some heroes don't, and then sometimes it's on that illusionist-like hero to break that math in a way where it's like, find ways where Phantasm doesn't matter, or find ways to where they assumed that they could get around this easy and they can't. I thought that would be interesting. So it's like the allies should never stick around more than 1 turn. But then when they do, then you get extra value, or when they are removed, you get extra value based on how they remove them, maybe. Or maybe a little less value. I thought that would be interesting. And then I had another point based on what Kevin said, and I forgot what it was. So go ahead.
So wait, Clark, did you think that I had not actually answered your question?
No, I think you did, and I think I do agree with the spirit of it. I think I disagree with your gravy point specifically. I just did a quick little count on Shiryu's first place deck that won the PT, as well as Michael Fang's second place from the Calling.
Oh, I remember.
Both of them have 32 and 33 go-agains, respectively. Shiryu had 33 sources of go-again in his list, and it looks like Michael Fang had 32. That includes Sea Leg Gold Kiss Rums and Tip the Barkeep Gold Kiss Rums.
Is that ways to give playing an ally or an ally attack go again, or is that including Tipples and Swells and Conqueror?
That's including Tipples, Swells, Conquerors, Sloops.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In terms of giving allies go again, it's like Back Alley of Asties and Gold Kiss Rums.
Okay.
And Limpet, which has natural go again.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely have less issue with that. I had like the draw my decks that like had Scar and Rabble and Blaze were not a big problem because they had Scar, Rabble, and Blaze. It was because you still had to contend with the board of dragons that all got go again because you played Scar or Rabble or Blaze.
It's the idea of having a weapon that you can attack with multiple times a turn with go again, right? So it's like it's already super efficient because you don't have to worry about playing a card and pitching. You're just playing a very efficient card, and then you have go again, so you get to play another very efficient card.
Yeah.
See, it's interesting because with Drome, I always felt like the issue, I liked how the incremental value was very, very low. Mm-hmm. Each turn the dragon survived, you got 3 or less value typically. Yes, there's Kyloria and we can talk about those. But in terms of like the average Ashwing, the average Chromai, very low amounts of actual incremental value turn over turn.
Yes.
I think it was more that they had so many ways of playing around their Phantasm fallback. They had Chromeye
Sure.
and Mirror Guy and the
Yep.
Blue Spectra Aura, and like it's just and. They had all these ways of getting around the negative, so you couldn't actually stop their turns with the built-in negative that's supposed to
Yes.
make it play aroundable. It's like
Sure.
if LSS had a way, gave Prism a way of, I don't know, getting completely around Spectra and allowing you to resolve an ALS at instant speed.
I think it could be
You
both
had
things. I think it could be both things are a problem.
It can be both. Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe it is perhaps both in tandem with each other. Because these games are complex and they're all based on relationships of things intersecting with one another.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every
You can't
single
remove
time they
anyone.
come out with a board state, it looks completely different, which is interesting and fun. And then also like, was this the better version? Which one's the more interesting? The more fun to play against? The more fun to play as? The other point that I wanted to bring up about the allies and this conversation we're having is like LSS's, it seems like push, or at least direction towards like power cards is how I describe it, where it's like your decks are more inconsistent than they used to be. This isn't Oldham's meta. This isn't your Oldham's meta anymore. This is half your deck doesn't block. I don't care if your name is a brute. I don't care if your name is Gravy. I don't care if your name is, what's another deck? There was another deck that's like half no block. Oh, Prism, right? Yeah. And so like in that sense, it's like your deck is inconsistent on blocking. Disruption matters more, but then also like it's just you could die faster out of nowhere. Like you could die out of nowhere with Gravy as often as you can just blow up somebody out of nowhere. And it's these more variance based, and it's not like it's not absurd, like it's not gambly, but it's like these more variance based games with high power, with big power cards and cards that are more narrow because you can't block with them, or you can't pitch with them, Burn Bear, or you can't stuff like that. Or like even block cards in general, like the concept of block cards. It's like a card you can't arsenal, you have to block with it. Cards are becoming more narrow, and that's funnily more interesting because Flesh and Blood was like founded on this really interesting, like every card your deck could do everything, and that's kind of cool. And then also it's like, okay, but what if we completely remove one of these axes you expect a card to play on and then pump it all to heck, and then the decks end up becoming have higher variance or whatever. And it's like, I think this kind of factors into it, whereas like I think of like Enigma's auras, they always block, but then they also attack, right? Because Enigma's ward auras naturally just block. They have to block.
Yes.
And so like there's just more. Gravy's a step in the right direction. I feel like we're not going to know for a few months how close we are to a really healthy feeling board state hero Gravy actually is.
I think we're not going to know until we get an actually like balanced one.
What if this is it?
I don't think this is it.
Not yet.
I mean, it might be. People have talked about this being one of the most open metas we've had in a really long time, where it feels like lots of decks have the ability to compete. But right? The whole sticking point that LSS is going to bring up time and time again is 7 different heroes in top 8 of the calling.
Sure. You had 4 Gravies in top 8 of the PT.
I think what's more interesting is when you look at day 2 numbers. Day 2 conversion numbers is like
very good.
Day 2 conversion numbers are what I think about when I think of Flesh and Blood metas.
Yes.
Not necessarily like conversion percentages, but just like how many, not like conversion numbers of how many made it to day 2, but how many there are in day 2. The percentage of Gravies that showed up for the weekend, but what was the percentage of Gravies that showed up to day 2? Or of the whole field. I'm I'm not using the right words.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say.
What percentage of day 2 was still on Gravy?
Yes. I don't know the number off the top of my head. I thought I did, but
it was a lot.
It's still
Let's
a
see if
lot,
we
right?
can
There's a
find
lot of
quickly.
Gravy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Slippy. It was it shrunk, right? As it normally does, right? Where
Well, Gravy's meta share went up going into day 2.
When I say shrunk, like the meta, the amount of decks in the meta shrunk.
Yes.
The best decks were obviously more represented because a lot of the worst
Yes.
decks didn't make it to day 2.
Yeah.
Because
Gravy converted like 52%, by the way.
I push back on people who are like 4 Gravies in top 8. It's like, okay, I mean, yeah, and sure, I mean, he's good, I guess.
And 7 different heroes.
But then,
in
yeah,
calling.
and
like,
I
think they are
push back against that
reasonable
too because
counters
I'm
to
like,
each other.
yeah, but like Gravy's pretty dang good, and he showed up a lot, and so did Slippy. I think it's somewhere in the middle of a wide open meta and a 2-deck meta, but
Yes. I think when I call Gravy Enigma Light, it is because he is still gatekeeping the meta
true,
in the way that Enigma did.
Mm-hmm.
fair. I like playing against Gravy.
Which is
Throw that
not
out
to
there, I
say
guess.
that you have to, because Enigma was just purely a numbers check where if you just like couldn't deal enough damage on a turn, you would just lose the game. Gravy is, do you have a plan to deal with Gravy Bones? Yes. Okay, you can play.
Fair enough.
And
kind of
much more
Kano-esque in
nebulous.
that sense.
Hmm?
Kano-esque in that sense.
Ooh.
Sort of, yeah.
Did you bring your AB? Do you have your Oases? Do you have your Kano plan?
Do you have
You
your
don't?
aggro? Do you have your damage?
Yeah. And in a
Yeah.
similar way, illusionists demand the same thing.
Similar, yes.
I like
I still
building
think
meta triangles where there's like there's a value corner and there's a disruption corner and there's what I call setup, and I definitely put both wizards and illusionists and now necromancers in that setup corner because they function. They're very 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 different, but when you look at it from like an alien's point of view of just like completely removed from the game itself, and you're just like, they're kind of doing the same thing.
Also, I looked up the day 2 conversions.
Okay.
35 Slippies, 24 Gravies. Slippy had a 44% and Gravy had a 51%.
Per gun. Wait, are you saying
That
51% of the
conversion
decks? Wait, no.
51% of
Gravy
Gravies.
players
Okay.
made it to day 2,
Okay.
which is
What
well above
percentage
like
of
30
day 2 players are Gravy?
like-
Oh, what's that percentage?
Yeah, what's that percentage?
Hold on, quick maths.
Quick maths.
it's got to be over 10%.
Let me bring up my calculator.
It might be lower than I thought it would be. Because I was expecting some like much bigger number.
There was only like 380 people in day 1.
135 total by my count. I may be off a little bit because
Sure.
I'm trying to do this quickly.
Yeah, you're fine.
135. That's like what? That's over 15% Gravy.
Yeah, 17.77 repeated.
That's kind
Okay.
of actually that's about where I thought it would be. I thought it would be above 15%.
That's a
yeah.
solid step above his day 1 representation.
I think
Yeah,
Gravy's
that's a
gonna,
chunk.
at the very least, grow though, because Slippy being a much larger chunk, but all the pro players have kind of been coming out and saying, "Nah, Slippy just loses."
It's, I don't know about Slippy loses, but it is definitely not a favorable matchup.
Slippy's
As
easy.
the Gravy
As
players
everyone maybe
Slippy's
once
got its
thought.
own pluses where it's like it's an easier deck to play ish, and also it still beats up on other decks, like on a large share of the not top tier decks, and so
Honestly, the big breakout was probably Dash.io. 11, same number as Verdant's, but a slightly higher percentage conversion rate for the Dash.io decks.
Dio did very well, but I don't know how much Dio like really. 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 I don't know how much Dio like I think
I think
they
she
still
found a
showed
good.
off the.
I think she found a good
Dio
pocket
had.
in this meta, but I don't know
Yeah.
if she's like super
No, Florian did a lot for her, I think.
true.
Oh, for sure,
Very true.
definitely.
There's not a lot of mid range in this, and my definition of mid range in this meta.
So we kind of did that thing where we sort of drifted away from the topic.
Always.
Do you guys want to
Every
kick
time.
me out to finish it off, or do you want to move on to the second one?
I think we don't have enough time for your second
Yeah.
point, but I do like it and would love to have you back on next week to talk about it.
Hey, I love appearing on the show. You guys are awesome.
Heck yeah! Oh, Clark. Well, thank you so much for the call. Anything you want to shout out?
Yeah, I want to shout out my own podcast, Pitch It To Me podcast, where we talk about the design and development of Flesh and Blood as a game. We talk about things like set structure. Our episode coming out Tuesday is it's our pitch and predictions episode, and we are doing a special little giveaway for it where everyone who gets a correct prediction in the comments of that episode is going to get a free month to our Patreon.
I like free stuff.
Yeah.
Holy frick!
Yeah,
I'm
so
bad
give
at
us your
predictions,
predictions for what you think is going to happen in Super Slam, and we'll give you a free month to our
Holy
Patreon.
frick! That's sick
Yeah.
as heck. Holy frick!
And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
shout out the two of you, and shout out this show, and shout out Tommy.
Yeah.
While we were both just chilling in the waiting room, we just were talking.
I'm sure.
Hold on, I can't listen to Pit Against right now. I'm talking to Tommy, and I'm
Heck
muted you guys.
yes. That sounds like Tommy. Y'all
And
were
we were
probably
going
talking
back
right
and
up
forth.
until Kevin ripped one of you out of the waiting room.
No, literally, I was like, "So what do you think?" And then
Tommy
my
would
conversation
mid-sentence.
part was gone.
That's so funny. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. All right. Heck yeah. Okay, go check out their podcast. Go leave them comments, your prediction. Go check out Tommy. And then also show up in the waiting room so you can chat with Tommy about his opinions on Blue Razor Reflex.
He's so good at just
show up in
talking.
chat so you can ask Joshua Scott questions that he'll answer at his own discretion. And yeah, Clark, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Catch you next time.
Ciao.
Heck yeah. All right. Kevin, anything else you want to add? I had a
think I'm
long
good.
list of things that I wanted to talk about. We
Yeah,
touch,
you did.
We didn't touch any of them. We'll have to do that next
Nope.
week, unless we don't get. We'll have to hit them when we get callers.
When we don't.
When we don't get callers, yeah. Someone sent me a message. So I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else I want to talk about at 9:20 at night. Yeah, and I guess that wraps it up. Remember to go check out our merch at tablepit-shop.fourthwall.com, where you can get t-shirts that say something like, not the shirt that I'm wearing, not the shirt that you're wearing.
Nope.
Name a shirt, but don't name one you named last time. That Wyatt also named when I
Right.
asked him that question. You too.
I only have the one.
You have another shirt.
No, I only have one. I've
Yeah.
only bought one.
You've only bought. Oh yeah. You only own one. You have
Yeah.
2 shirts in the shop.
Is the other one just my logo?
Yeah, it is. There's one that says Smurf Fab if you're really into watching Smurf Fab's Prism content. And if you want to help make this stream look nicer and help get supplies for our project videos and other things like that, you can support us at patreon.com/thetablepit. Kevin, do you have any shout outs?
No, I'm good.
My shout outs to Charlie, who said, "Thank you for the show. I appreciate you folks." I appreciate you. Kevin only owns one shirt. Kevin owns at least 2 because he has that shirt and he's got this Green Day shirt. But
Yeah.
he does own a shirt. What does that shirt say that you own?
No blocks is mathematically correct.
Absolutely. I almost lost my religion. I'm so excited. I love that shirt. It's really funny. All right. Thank y'all so much for watching. We do this every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. We also have No Blocks at Chill Talishar stream where we do and sometimes don't block Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. And then after that, we have the Design Table, a chill fab themed art show last week, what we did, which was actually a great time, and I think we're going to do it again, is they did this bit in Singapore where they had the artists in the art gallery, the art walk or whatever. They had artists like redraw art from Flesh and Blood that they've done in 10 seconds on an iPad. And we tried drawing some Flesh and Blood art in 10 seconds. Holy frick. That was funny. And it was terrible. It's actually so interesting to do. So we did some of that, and then we also did someone makes their own custom cards. Like I think they make one like every week or something like that. Every day or every week they make a custom Flesh and Blood card, and we make custom art for it, and that was also a lot of fun. So tune into that, and that's on Saturdays at 1. But thank y'all so much for watching. Bye.